Hey geniuses, how are you all? It's our new block 5 of Unit 2 Habitat and Adaptation. It's part 1, and in this part we will discuss about animal habitat and adaptation features. So, our aim is students will be able to explain how the features of animals living in different types of habitats help and how body covering of animal help them survive in their habitats. So over this picture, can you see? Yes, this is an animal. It is giraffe. So what do you know about giraffe? What do they look like? Where do giraffes live? What do they eat? How do they eat? What is the habitat of giraffes? How do you define a habitat? So there are some questions comes in the mind whenever we think about this picture. So giraffes are very tall and have long necks. As you can see, its neck is very long. This is. The grassland is their habitat. A habitat is a place where an animal lives. This is habitat of giraffe. It is grassland. A habitat is a place where an animal lives. So, giraffe eat the tall grasses. It can eat tall grasses and it can eat some plants if there presence of some plants. Okay. So, what do you think? How do long necks of giraffe help them to live in the grassland? Is it helpful for them? What are such features called? What is adaptation? I am actually giving you answer. Yes, this long neck is very helpful for giraffe. Giraffe use their tall necks to eat the tall grasses. Tall necks are a feature of giraffe which help them survive in their habitat. Different animals live in different habitats and have special features called adaptations which help them to survive. So this is adaptation feature of the giraffe that help it to survive in grasslands. Over here we can see a camel is there. So what are some special features camel have to live in desert? Because camel is known as sheep of the desert. So it's very interesting to know features about so that it can survive in desert. First of all, it has stretchy nostrils. Stretchy nostrils keep out the sand. So sand cannot go inside the nose. Long eyelashes help to keep sand out of eyes. Leathery mouth, that is very helpful for camel eat spiky plants. Yes, it can eat spiny plants, thorny plants like cactus that grow in the desert, and its tongue very thick, so no plant can prick its tongue. It has hair on back to protect against sun, and this portion is known as hump. It is very important for storing food, so it can live in desert for a long time without food and water because it stores energy or fat or food in its hump. Long legs, those are also helpful to keep camel off the hot sand during day time. It is very important to keep itself away from the sand because it's really very hot in the desert region. So long legs are helpful to keep cool. Next and last one is padded feet. So padded feet are helpful to walk, to run on the sand and stop sinking into the sand and to protect from heat of the ground. So these all are what? These all are adaptation conditions. So it can live in its natural habitat, and natural habitat of camel is desert. So camel can live without water, with less water in the desert region, and yes, camel, reptile and some birds and insects are found in the desert region. Over here some pictures of animals are, this is monkey and it has some kind of, so they live in forest. They live in forest, so that's why it is very important to having limbs like this. So their limbs are adapted to climb the trees, so they can climb on the trees, and their limbs are developed as they can survive in the forest. And this is ostrich. It is flightless bird. It cannot fly, so it is known as flightless bird, and its tall legs help them to run very fast. Do you know a fact about ostrich? It is fastest running bird. Yes, so it can live in grassland as well as in desert also. It is what? It is a snail. It can live near water because it has shell. And this is what? This is its protective cover. It can hide itself when it get any danger. So it can cover itself with its shell, and it is very helpful for them to live and to survive in their natural habitat. So have a look. This is the definition of habitat: a natural environment in which an animal lives and survives, called its habitat, and it provides food, shelter, water, protection, and place to raise young ones. So these all are features of habitat. And what are adaptations? Yes, special features found or developing in animals, human, or plants to survive in their habitat, called adaptations. So this is our content book, Exceed content book, and in this block 5 we are discussing about habitat, and we are going to read our chapter. Animal habitats. Animals live everywhere on the earth. Yes, they live in mountains, oceans, plains, deserts, grasslands, and the polar regions. These all are examples of habitat. The natural environment in which an animal lives is called its habitat. Forest, grassland, and desert are some examples of land habitats. Lakes, rivers, seas, and oceans are examples of water or aquatic habitats. A habitat provides animals with food, water, shelter, protection from predators, and place to raise their young ones. Animals have certain features that help them survive in their habitat. Such features are called adaptation. We have discussed earlier these all things, and now I am going to tell you more about this. So these are some examples of habitat like desert, aquatic or water, forest, and polar region. So in the desert, what do we find? Yes, we find sand, dry weather, hot in the day, cold at night, scarcity of water. Yani ki there is very less water. And camel, reptiles, some birds, cows, and goats live here. They are adapted to survive without water. Yes, if any animal can survive without water for a long time, then it can survive in desert. And if we talk about aquatic water, animals live in water bodies. Yes, ducks, frogs, alligators, fish live here. They breathe through gills or skin and have features like fins and webbed feet to swim in water. Yes, we will discuss in next session. So here we are going to discuss in brief only. And third one is forest. Trees, shrubs, bushes, grass with different weather conditions. As if you know about forest, like tropical, grassland, these all are forest. And lion, monkey, bird, deer, snakes, and many animals live here. Next one is polar region. Extreme cold climate with snow. Polar bears, seals, walrus live here. They have thick fur to protect them. So now we will discuss about animal body covering and how do they help animals to protect themselves. So an animal's body covering can help it survive in its habitat. Some animals have a soft covering while others have a hard covering. Different type of body coverings are given below. First is hair and fur. So if we talk about hair and fur, so we will know about mammals. So these are some characteristics of mammals. These all are examples of mammal like giraffe, lion, polar bear. Endothermic or warm-blooded. We are warm-blooded. Okay, all have some type of hair. So from this you can come to know about that all the mammals have hairs on its body, and warm-blooded means we cannot live in water because our temperature does not vary a lot. Some are very specialized, such as white polar bear fur, and this is modified hairs. These are all modified hairs, like it is having thick fur on its body, that is protective layer to live in extreme cold like polar region. Method of locomotion: we need to search water, food, so we move from place to place, and this movement is known as locomotion, and we care for young ones. So these all are characteristics of mammals. So most mammals have hair or fur on their body. Rabbits, bears, sheep and goats have fur. Fur keeps their bodies warm. Animals that live in very cold places have thick fur on their body, and this thick fur is very helpful to insulate their temperature from the extreme cold. Next one is scales. Fish usually have scales on their body. Scales help them live in water. They protect the fish from any injury or infection. Reptiles like lizard, crocodile have dry scales on their body. These prevent them from losing water from their body because they live in dry regions, so it is very important to lose less water, so it prevents them in the particular habitat. This is snake. It also has scales in its body. Next one is feathers. Birds have feathers that help them to fly and protect them from heat and cold. So these feathers are protective layer of birds, so it is very helpful for them, so it can protect themselves from heat and cold during any weather condition. Next one is shells. Some animals have hard shells as their body covering. These animals usually stay in or near the water. Snail, tortoise, turtle and oysters have hard shells. The shells act as a shelter and also protects them from predators. Yes, it is the shelter of this animal, and it can protect itself whenever it get any kind of danger. Spines. Some animals like porcupine have spines on their body. Not only porcupines, hedgehog also have spines on its body, and it is very helpful for them to protect themselves from their predators. So now we come to know about some animal body covering and what are the main functions of their body covering. An animal's body covering can protect it from the weather and predators. It also helps to keep the body warm. So these all are what? These all are protection and protective layers, or these all are animal adaptations. So according to their habitat, they have some special features, and these features are known as adaptations. As in this picture you can see some body covering of animals like feather. This is a goose and this is having feathers. Hairs or fur all over the body of the cat. Crocodile, dry scales, and snail that have shell. These all are what? These all are protection or protective covering, so they can survive in their surrounding. This is the picture of a penguin, and it can live in polar region because it is flippers. These are flippers, and flippers are nothing but these are modified limbs, four limbs like us. We have hands and they have their flippers, so they can swim in the water and they can find their food very easily, and it's very helpful for them to live in polar region because they flippers keep them warm, and also they have thick layer of the fat on their body, so this is their adaptation condition, so they can live in polar region. So dear all, as we have discussed about super senses of animal, those are very helpful to survive in their habitat, and this time we are discussing about some special features in their body, and those special features are known as adaptations. And here we are going to solve our worksheet S1, and the question number 1 is, look at the pictures and complete the table. So this is the first picture, and this is what? This is any habitat, and you can define it very easily as it is desert. You can see the picture of the camel here, and this is the features of the habitat. So sand, dry weather, hot in the day, cold at night, scarcity of water. These all are what? These all are features of this desert. So name of the animals are camels, reptiles, some birds, goats. They need less water. Yes, it's very important. This is what? This is looking like a pond or lake. So animals live in water bodies. Ducks, frogs, fish live here. They breathe through gills or skin. Like we can say that a frog can breathe with the help of the skin. So it is amphibian.